Okay, Zoomer brain, young Zoomer man. It's time to talk about old people. Yeah, those guys. Those sort of whiny, a little bit boring, milk toast people. You sort of don't think much about them. They're not really strong. They got little brittle old people bones. They don't have any strength, no muscle. And the truth is, and they don't want to admit it, they say, oh, your brain keeps expanding until you're 60. Nah. Your physical strength is pretty much tied to your brain strength in terms of like your development as you age. Uh, my evidence for this is just look at old people. I mean, have you ever met like a 40-year-old person who you ever thought, wow, that person really connects with new ideas really quickly? No, you haven't, because they're relying on their knowledge. Okay, they're relying on their knowledge. But what many young people miss, I think, which is it's a really important concept, is that old people are tricking you with their knowledge. That's what a lot of these guys do. I mean, okay, imagine a young, healthy Chad, okay, who's out there conquering the world, doing whatever they want to do. And now imagine this sort of old guy, fat, beer belly, you know what I mean? Sort of, uh, maybe he wears a suit, doesn't fit him correctly, the dress shirt, the sweat stains everywhere. I mean, it's kind of gross, it's kind of gross. It's not really appealing. If you're going to call someone creepy in this age, I think that's the guy you'd call creepy, this old guy. You know what I mean? This old guy. But this old guy, we as young people, look, I think we like to go blame the boomers, but we've got to start blaming ourselves because the young people of this generation, I think, are kind of chumps. I don't know if it's always been like this. I don't know. I wasn't born yet. But we are just complete chumps. Like, I don't think the boomers put up with the stuff we put up with in this world. So, let me give you an example, okay? So, imagine we were existing in a tribe, okay? A little, like a tribe, okay? And you're the young guy. You're the young guy on the block, okay? You can hunt faster. You can make things faster. Your brain processing power is at its maximum, okay? You can learn anything. You can do anything. This old guy might go, oh, I know how to hunt so much more efficiently. It's like, yeah, buddy, watch me jump off of this tree, grab onto a branch on another tree, and then swing onto a third tree like Tarzan. Uh, yeah, okay, have fun with your hunting methods, okay? I'll be big and strong. I don't have brittle little old people bones, okay? So essentially, back in the day, if you were a young guy, these old people could talk, but you, with your superior strength and knowledge and all that sort of stuff, could essentially just best them in anything, physical combat, intellectual sparring, anything like that, because you're young. You got a young, fresh, vital brain. I mean, your cells haven't begun decaying yet, like these old people. But in the modern age, right, they've really gotten the better of us, I mean, think about this sort of money concept, okay, this fiat currency. So, uh, this boomer essentially says, son, let's start with education actually. In the prime of your life, you have to go to university. Do we pay you for university? No. You pay us to go to university. Okay. So we pay them to go to university. They don't pay us anything. And then they like teach us. I mean, does anybody remember what they learned last semester? No. So that's useless, right? So they teach us, to do things in the prime of our lives. I feel a little bit of insecurity happening here. And then once they teach us these things, yeah, then they're like, okay, now go off and find a job. It's always, everything's framed in terms of finding a job. Now it's really funny because who do you end up working for in these jobs? Oh, an old person. Okay. So you have the privilege of paying for your education, for them to indoctrinate you with whatever, waste your time. and you get to live poor in the meanwhile. What a privilege! What a privilege! And your human capital, right? Your human capital is actually aging out and getting worse as you're there. And then as your human capital atrophies, and eventually, they need someone to serve them margaritas, so they let you go and work, okay? And then working's all about working for them. Okay, so then you have to pay taxes on your buying, on your selling, and your money is this fiat currency. So essentially, there's an old person sitting in a bank somewhere where they just print money, okay, and then give it to you. And then you have to do things for them, like actual things, like mow their lawn or something. Then they'll give you this money that they just printed. This old person just printed, gave it to you. And then you're supposed to be happy with that. You're supposed to go work a job. So you're supposed to go work for them to learn the things that they know. So once again, rewind. You're a young guy, you're strong, you're at the peak of your life, you're intelligent, you've got a lot of verbal IQ, you can say a lot of words, you can do everything, and this is the time when you're supposed to be having children, you're supposed to be raising a family. I mean, go look those tribes, okay? You'd have children, you're raising the next generation, you're propelling the tribe forward, and young people still are. I mean, if you go intern somewhere, you end up doing quite a lot of work a lot of the time, okay? Certainly more work than these old people are doing, that's for sure. And you increasingly take on more and more responsibility and work, and they offer to pay you like really mediocre sums of money considering that they're not doing anything. I mean, the time when they were young and vigorous has since passed. And then, okay, so they give you fake money that they print for you to do things for them for free. They waste your time in education and indoctrinate you. Then they go and then you have to work for them. You have to be their slave and do things for them. And then you'll have the privilege of maybe taking on their position in the future when you're also old, weak, and miserable. And then, yeah, guys, I mean, this is looking pretty grim, the situation they've got us in here. I mean, you're going to serve in the military, right? You're going to go die for their wars. You're going to go, I guess you have to vote for the politicians. I mean, are any politicians young people? No, they're not. I mean, of course, the big one, right, is that you're going to pay for their retirement, right? You're going to pay their taxes. And you're going to go and you're going to serve as a police officer, okay, and you're going to enforce laws for them, for their judges, the old people judges, the old people police officers. Guys, it's old people up and down, okay? Every single institution is just filled with old people that just tell you what to do. And if you go look back at the tribe where you as a young guy, I mean, this guy could yap all day about how you should do this, you should do that, and you could still just be a young guy, have a family, get wealthy. Because if you're doing the majority of work in a society, you should have the most wealth, okay? It should not be this old man, okay? This old man does not deserve anything. This old man deserves to live and to take care of his grandchildren, your children, and to live maybe in a room in your house and to sort of age gracefully and provide wisdom. That is what he, deserves, okay? If he didn't manipulate you all those years, I don't know if he would deserve it now, but somehow these old people have gotten it entirely wrong. They've gotten it into this weird mentality. I mean, you ever hear these old people, right? They talk, oh, I hope my children don't send me to a retirement home. Retirement home. You should be working the remaining strength you have left in your body so that you can provide me with the resources to raise my family, to raise the next generation, to take on the maintenance of our state, to take on the maintenance of everything, of society. You should be helping me. Do not go, oh, but I've worked so hard. I really want to go and go on my cruise line around the world. Cruise line around the world. Did your parents, Mr. Boomer, who worked, 2 world wars, the Great Depression, did they work all that time so that you could go on a little a cruise ship vacation with the rightful inheritance of your descendants? No, that's extremely greedy. And that's the thing with these boomers, okay? Many of them were hippies. And yeah, I mean, it's the classic narrative, right? They took the world crashing down with them. But I don't want to make it too much about the boomers per se. It's more of a general thing, okay? It's more of a generational war a little bit, especially as a young man, okay? Uh, when we see that, you have to go and let's take the best job there is in Canada, okay? Investment banking, right? $150,000 a year right out of university. A little bit of nepotism, a little bit of networking, a lot of hard work, and that can be you. $150,000 a year. And then all you have to do is work almost literally 24/7, sleep at the bank all day, sleep maybe for an hour or two, and then back to remaking PowerPoints over and over again. And that's like probably the best job you can get. And that's essentially you're just a slave. And what are you gonna spend the money on? Drinks? Uh, sure. I mean, where's the time to raise a family? Uh, yeah, I don't know. I guess my thoughts here, I don't want to ramble too much, but it's like, I feel like the older generations have constructed a world purposefully, uh, maybe for some of them not purposefully, for others purposefully, where the entire world is constructed around them. They print the money, they give it to you, they judge you if you get arrested, they order who's arrested, they send you to war, they say this, say that, say whatever, but then you end up doing all the work because you're inheriting everything. And then they have the gall to be going on these vacations. I mean, I think that that's honestly one of the worst things about boomers, the amount of vacations they go on, because a vacation is you're going from where you are to a foreign land, and instead of saving that money for your children, instead of giving them money to help them start a family because no one has children anymore, they go and they spend it in a foreign land I don't know, whoa, it's such a beautiful environment, the pina colada, the beach, whatever. Like, okay, cool, right? Cool, right? It's nice to see beautiful things, but it's also nice to actually have purpose and meaning in life and to spread that onwards. And, great that you had children because many of your uh, fellow colleagues didn't even bother, right? But, like, even if you did, what's the vacation for, huh? Like, keep working. Stop. It's just a very entitled attitude from boomers. The social welfare, social security, the uh, yeah, they didn't want to fight in Vietnam, then they wanted to get rich in the stock market, and yeah, the reason housing's so expensive, right, is boomer NIMBYs, boomer. Who works in the civil service? Why are there so many government employees? It's certainly not too many young people. It's all these old people, right, giving each other contracts. I mean, all the graft in this country, in every country, comes from old people, right? Because they're the only ones who know the people to do the graft. They're the only ones who have the connections. So to wrap it all up, to synthesize the idea here, as a young person, it is, I think, a responsibility to realize that everything that currently exists in your world, 90% of it, is made by old people, for old people, and also for you, in the sense of manipulating you to do things for old people. If you simply do what you want to do, you don't do anything, they'll try and convince you, you have to do this, you have to do that. Oh, ignore it. Do whatever you want to do. Exchange value with your peer. If you want food, try and provide value for your peers to get food. Try and interact with your peers. If you interact with these old people, it's this constant sort of trickery where they try and just always underhanded tricks to basically get you to waste your youth working for them. And they have no interest in helping you raise the next generation of human beings. Yeah, so no, you're not paying for any fancy retirement home. Don't do that. Don't do any of that kind of stuff. Don't you see your old parents, blah blah blah. It's their responsibility to see you. It's their responsibility to help you. Oh, but they spent so many years raising you. Don't you owe something back? No, no. Don't fall into that narrative because their parents raised them. The grandparents raised those parents, so on, going all the way back. And these people are the recipient of literally billions of years of hard work, of every direct ancestor trying their hardest to get the next line forward. Okay, so these boomers who try and guilt trip you or something, don't feel even an ounce of pity, because the only thing that you owe in this world is to your children, to the next generation. You don't owe anything to these boomers, okay? So stop being tricked by them, okay? It's no good. It's no good.